There are places on Earth that feel like another planet. Iceland might be the closest we'll ever get without leaving orbit.
What is the most otherworldly place you could hike to in Iceland?
This has got to be one of those otherworldly places in Iceland. What makes Iceland otherworldly?
Thanks for joining me today. I'm Wyatt Bang with Bang Up Media.
Iceland has been dubbed by some as the land of waterfalls. It really deserves a whole video dedicated to this, but for now, waterfalls are only a part of what makes Iceland otherworldly to me.
Woo! Face is getting blasted with spray. There's always something very satisfying about experiencing something really powerful up close.
Skogafoss makes me feel small.
So on this search for the best waterfalls of Iceland, we come to Haiffoss. Just stunning. You have a second waterfall, 2-for-1 special. This one over here called Granny. That's a big wow factor right there. Absolutely incredible. The sun hitting it, that rainbow.
Here we go. You may argue that waterfalls can be found in many places, even in my home state of South Carolina. But these waterfalls are built different. In my loop around the island, it seemed that for every waterfall marked as a must-see attraction, there were 9 others that were little known or explored. Hengifoss definitely falls in the otherworldly category. It's well known for the vivid orange stripes connected to Iceland's volcanic activity. Iceland also has falls you can walk behind, which is a unique experience.
Wow, I can't say I've ever seen anything like this. This is truly a magical spot. Not sure where else you would find this. It's almost like a dreamland.
It's not just the quantity of waterfalls that make Iceland otherworldly, it's the impressive size, unique features of the landscape, and the ways they can be explored. The mossy canyons of Iceland carry a mystical vibe, especially on moody days when the clouds hang low.
Unfortunately, the visibility is so bad that I'm not gonna go the whole way back because it's just hardly worth it.
If you enjoy hiking like I do, I would highly recommend this canyon on a sunny day.
One of the things I love about Iceland's black sand beaches is just the contrast you look it has with the white waves, especially if you get top downs with the drone.
When you see a black sand beach in Iceland, the first question that may come to your mind is, why are the beaches that color? I'm glad you asked. The sand's black color comes from basalt, a volcanic rock that forms from cool lava. When hot lava meets the cold ocean water, it shatters and cools quickly, forming black volcanic rock. Powerful waves and winds then break down this volcanic rock into smaller and smaller pieces, which eventually become the black sand on the shore. As I explored, the seabird washed up on shore. It seemed like it may have been stunned after diving headfirst into shallow waves. If you visited Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, these rock formations may look familiar to you. The scientific explanation for this phenomenon is that when a thick layer of basalt lava cools slowly, evenly from the top down, it causes the rock to shrink and form vertical fractures that create the pillars. Diamond Beach is one of a kind. Icebergs break off an immense glacier and float on a lagoon or lake to the ocean.
These colors are just next level. Man, I just love the blue water that's coming off the glaciers. That's why it's called Diamond Beach. These beautiful transparent crystals. It's just crazy to me how we just run into these huge chunks of ice right on the beach. It's pretty amazing.
glaciers, a signature part of what makes Iceland the land of fire and ice.
To advance further on this glacier, there's quite a bit of warnings as far as quicksand and falling through and needing a guide and stuff like that. And so I don't have any of the equipment or a guide, but I'd at least like to see how close we can get.
It was like nothing I'd ever seen.
Here's my first shot at touching the glacier. Oh wow. You gotta get a look at this. That is pretty sweet. Always the first time for everything. I want to drink from this glacier. Might be just a little bit of gravel in that, but it's pure. I'm pretty pumped to be at 2 glaciers in the same day. I love how you can be exploring a dormant volcano one day, and the next day you're out finding glaciers. I mean, this land is just like nothing else. Otherworldly, you could say. I think part of the experience is actually touching one. Part of what makes the glacier look kind of dirty and all that is what they call till, or like the debris and rocks and stuff it picks up as it slides downhill, kind of with the amount of weight it has putting down, plus some flowing water underneath. So you got a lot of rocks mixed in, plus possible rocks falling from above, depending uphill where it's at. But then this lake here is formed just from the glacier melt.
Shaped by its volcanic heart, Iceland bubbles with over 20 active geysers, along with steaming hot springs and otherworldly geothermal wonders.
There's some fascinating pools and vents around here. Remind me a lot of Yellowstone. You can see pretty cool bubbling action behind me as I walk through the mist. It's a warm, kind of a sulfurish smell from that lava under the ground. And this pool here has a really nice blue color to it. This boardwalk allows you to get out here by some of the thermal pools. And then over here we can actually walk out onto the clay.
It's not only the gushing falls, ice, and steaming vents that make Iceland so unique. The vibrant and sometimes odd colors also give it a different aura.
So we're on a journey to find in Iceland what is the most otherworldly scene. So walking on this lava feels pretty stable right now. They do warn, however, that you shouldn't walk out too far because there's potential for fresh lava underneath for it to crack and you fall down.
Porous rocks like this are what make up the lava fields. I was disappointed that there was no active volcanoes right then, but the steam and blackened landscape bore witness of recent activity. Hey, I just wanted to mention that I appreciate you watching this video. If you're enjoying it or have any questions, please comment below. The Highlands, where otherworldly is normal.
On this quest to see if the mountains are as colorful as social media would depict them. These mountains here are just pretty insane. That's a good start. Let's go.
The Icelandic Highlands boast some of the most colorful mountains in the world.
This has got to be one of those otherworldly places in Iceland. I mean, just where else do you find this? Just painted with greens, oranges, grayish black, even the white of the snow. There's some lovely greens out there. Really, the only comparison I can draw with any other place in the world that I've been would be Yellowstone, with just some of the coloring of the Yellowstone Grand Canyon and some of the vents and stuff. Gotta love it when there's a little extra color to an already colorful scene. Second summit for the day, and found the other end of the rainbow. You know, social media pictures you see may tend to oversaturate things a bit, but it's without a doubt one of the more colorful landscapes I've seen without, say, the fall leaves.
How can a place feel so barren and yet so beautiful? That's how Iceland's Highlands strike me. While driving through the Highlands, I crested a hill to this scene. Wow! One thing I learned in my quest was to allow room for spontaneity. Even though I'd planned a route in advance, there were many worthwhile spots I didn't know about. Today we continue the search for the most otherworldly places in Iceland. This moss here may look like it's over-edited in the video, but it is really this weird kind of greenish, yellow, bright color. Is this the most otherworldly place in Iceland? While there are many spots that might deserve this title, the Apple Crater stands out as the most bizarre place encountered on my journey. Its remoteness and vivid colors set amidst a charcoal gray lunar landscape make it hard to compare with anywhere else. Do you have an opinion on which Icelandic spot is the most otherworldly? Let me know in the comments. In summary, exploring Iceland was a dream realized. Pictures hint at its beauty and power, but only being there lets you feel the scale of it.